Okay, welcome back. And now we're going to do an example of applying marginal revenue. So here's the problem. It says, assume that the number of barbecue dinners that can be sold, X, can be related to the price charged, P, by the equation P of X. Now this is not profit, this is price, lowercase p. P of X is equal to 9 minus 0.03 X, where X is anywhere from 0 to 300. Okay, let's say 300 is the maximum number of widgets that they can produce, let's say in a day. They don't really tell us, but just that's the max, just to give you a little bit of context that it might have. Now, it says, in this case, the revenue in dollars obtained by selling X barbecue dinners is given by, well, revenue, right? Revenue is X times price, right? The number of widgets, the number of barbecue dinners that you sell, times the price for each one. So revenue, in this case, would just be X times P of X, which is now going to equal 9X minus 0.03 times X squared. Okay. Now, again, same range for X, the number of items. It says use the marginal revenue function to estimate the revenue obtained from selling the 101st barbecue dinner. Compare this to the actual revenue obtained from the sale of this dinner. Okay, well, what's the marginal revenue? Let's do it. So marginal revenue is the derivative of the revenue function, r prime of x. So r prime of x is going to equal what? It's going to equal negative 0.06 x plus 9, right? Because all I do is take the derivative. Okay? Now, let's find, what do we want to do? So at this part, we want to find the marginal revenue. And in this case, we're going to use x equal to 100. Right? Why would we use x equal to 100? Because that would be the instantaneous, right, the marginal revenue of selling one more. So if x is 100, it would be say, hey, this is the revenue that we would make if we were to go from 100 to 101. Okay? So r prime of 100 equals negative 0.06 times 100 plus 9. And of course, this is going to be 0.06 times 100, so this would be the same as 1 times 6, right? So this would be equal to negative 6 plus 9, which is 3. So the marginal revenue that we're getting is equal to 3. Okay? So this would be the revenue obtained from the sale of the 101st dinner. Now, since the marginal revenue is equal to 3, the revenue obtained, so think about this, the revenue obtained from the sale of the 101st dinner is approximately $3. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now, so what is the actual revenue? So now we're going to use the actual revenue function And we're going to find out what the revenue actually is. So the revenue function of the 101st dinner. Right? Now this is where we're going to use 101. So R of 101 equals 9 times 101 minus, excuse me, 0.03101 squared. Okay, so now we're going to use our calculator, and we get 602.97. 602.97. Now that's the revenue of the selling, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not selling the 101st dinner, it's selling 101 dinners. That's what I meant to say. So this is the revenue that we get for selling 101 dinners, right? Well, we don't want the revenue for selling 101 dinners. We want the revenue for selling the 101st dinner. Well, how are we going to get that? Well, what we're going to do is now we got to calculate the revenue for selling 100 dinners. So that would be 9 times 100 minus 0.03 times 100 squared. And again, use your calculator when you round to the nearest penny. We get 600. Right? So this would be 900 minus 300, which is 600. Oh, hold on. This is 10,000 times 0.03. Yeah, 300, so yeah, it'd be 600. So 600, and so what do we get? Aha, we're going to subtract. So the marginal, or the actual, I should not marginal, the actual revenue that is made is R of 101, oops, minus R of 100, which equals 602.97 minus 600 gives us $2.97. All right. So that's the actual revenue that is made for selling the 101st barbecue dinner. So the marginal revenue, now think about this, the marginal revenue is a fairly good estimate in this case and has the advantage of being easy to compute. So a lot of times it's just, for business purposes, it's just easier to deal with the marginal function than to calculate the actual value, whether you're talking about cost or revenue, because it's simpler calculations, even though you might be off. But as far as approximations go, being off by 3 cents, not a big deal. It's not going to cost a business decision, right? Okay, have a great day. That's it.